I need to do this. I need to take control of my life because you deserve to be paid for your labor. And I've linked my budget down below. Hey team, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, my name is Rachel Anita and I am a new vlogger from Washington, DC. I've been in the workforce for 2 years and I try to make videos that are catering to women my age, you know, between 20 and 25. I just wanted to make this video to talk about what the first years after graduation looks like for people our age. So I just wanted to discuss a few things, my background and what I started with, what a first job and first year after college looks like, money saving tips and ways to handle money. I wanted to talk about helpful apps that helped me manage my life after college. And I wanted to talk about getting started. So if you're in college and you don't know what to do, I have some tips for you. I just want to mention that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a personal helper. I'm just a girl who has experienced this and who has had a really difficult time and is now doing okay, and I just want to put this out there. I feel like a lot of YouTubers that we watch nowadays, they end up working for a little bit full time and then they decide to go full on YouTubers. Those are people who've been YouTubing for like 6 years. It's not gonna happen with me. I need a job, I know that, and I love my job. Okay, so I'll get started. So I graduated with a 4-year degree in political science, international relations, and English literature writing. So in my last quarter, I took the opportunity to go take an internship in Washington, DC. I took a paid internship. I think it's really important to only take paid internships because people should pay you for your labor. And also, I think that unpaid internships really disadvantage a lot of populations. So I would recommend to you, do not settle, get a paid internship if you can. I had no real understanding of money. I had no understanding of budgets, of bills, of health insurance, of taxes. I had no idea, basically. But I did end up with $30,000 in student loans. So a lot of us end up with that, and I feel like that isn't the case for a lot of YouTubers who are really big, but I have $30,000 in student loans, and I'm sure some of you will graduate with student loans. So I think that's a really important issue to talk about. I feel like people don't really disclose money issues, but I think it's good because it kind of helps other people. So in addition to that, I was also pretty sick, both emotionally and physically, when I graduated college and moved to start my first job. That really affected my mentality, that really affected my work ethic, and that really affected my motivation. And those are all things that had to change in order for me to be successful. So I guess I'll get started. So my first job, my first year, so I had a paid internship and they ended up hiring me full-time. I applied to other jobs and got other jobs in that process, but I ended up turning them down to stick with this one. They pay well, they have good benefits, and I like my coworkers and the issue. So I go to work every day knowing that I believe in the work that is done, and I think that's really important. I can talk a little bit more in a different video if you guys are interested about how to get a job that you're passionate about, if you can, and how to interview really well and get those jobs. But yeah, so that was my first step. The next step is, like I said, I moved across the country and I had to find a place to live. So I ended up renting out a room with 2 roommates and I paid about $790. That is very low in Washington, DC for someone my age. A lot of my friends pay over $1,000 for a room, some in like a 7-bedroom house with 7 roommates. But I got super lucky. So I would just say, look, do not settle. Look for a place that, is about 20% or less or whatever you can, as low as possible of your income. So that was about 28% of my income that first year. It was more than manageable. I had some expendable money, but I didn't really budget. So I ended up wasting a lot of that money, and I didn't start paying off any of my debts because I kept like putting them off because I was just scared. And I didn't really save much. So that year was really hard, but also I have to give myself credit because I was going through a really difficult time health-wise, and I couldn't really do much for myself at that point. So I'm just like proud of myself that I made it through it and got better, and have improved so much in the past few months. So you live and you learn, right? And you can't control everything. So around September of last year, I had begun improving, my health got better, and I wanted to become more responsible with my money, with my time, with my future. And I was looking online and I saw Aja Ding. So she's a YouTuber and she had about like, I think like over $100,000, $200,000 in debt. And it was consuming her life, right? So she ended up doing a mission to pay off all of her debt. And so I watched her, I think she had like over like 60,000 when I first saw her videos. And I just watched a video the other day and I think she has like 3,000 left. That's amazing. So I got inspired and I was like, I need to do this. I need to take control of my life. And I am smart, I am strong, and I am determined when I want to be. So I set up a budget for myself like hers and I missed it a lot. So she follows someone called Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is this man and he does podcasts about, you know, paying off your debt and then living a life of service. I like both of those ideas. So I started his process, which is I'm on baby step 2. So baby step 1 is saving $1,000 in emergency fund. So I did that. I saved $1,000 in an emergency fund. It took a little while, but I think by the end of last year, I had $1,000 in emergency fund and savings. And then after that, so after I had the $1,000 in savings, started looking at my debt. So I never looked at my debt. I was racking up consumer debt throughout that first year. And yeah, I'm just getting more debt. So I had my student debt of $30,000 and then I had some consumer debt as well. And so I sat down and I looked at all my loans and I saw how much I owed, and I made a plan. So I listed them from lowest amount due to highest, and I decided I was gonna pay them off. So it was around this time that Jake could no longer work because of his visa change. At that point, I took on a little bit more responsibility with money. I had to pay a lot of things for us, and so I could not throw money at the debt snowball as much. I took a hit in my savings, and things changed for a few months, and I wasn't able to do the debt snowball. And it's only these past like few months that I've been able to do the debt snowball again, and so I've been throwing money back at my debts again, which I'm really glad to be doing. You know, doing this Dave Ramsey approach had a lot of lifestyle changes. You know, I couldn't pay for movie tickets anymore, I wasn't eating out with friends, but I got resourceful. Eventbrite is my friend. There's a lot of free events in DC, and so on Eventbrite I would search free events. There's a lot of embassies here, so I'd go to embassy movie showings for free. There was usually snacks and drinks there. Jake and I would go to dates there. I also have been consistently bringing food from home. Thankfully Jake is an amazing cook and cooks for me all the time, and so I have lunch and I don't have to spend money on lunch usually. So I would really recommend cooking your own lunch. So some helpful apps that I really want to mention that helped me a lot is first the Capital app. It is an app that allows you to save money easily by moving the money from your account into this app, and you can't get it out that easily. It takes about 2 days to transfer back, so you can't just take it out for fun or for last minute items. And then, you know, it makes you think about how you're spending your money. So I would have money be moved there slowly with all these little rules, like the roundup rule. And at the end of the month, I would use that money to pay, you know, whatever I need to pay. So sometimes I'd throw that money into a debt. Sometimes I'd throw that money into savings. If I was saving up for something on that app, I would be like, okay, I have this much money, I could spend it on a trip. So there was just different things like that. I now also took a debit card out with them, and now I transfer exactly how much I plan to spend in the next 2 weeks for consumables into that card. So I pay with that card for lifts, for food, anything I want. You know, if I want to treat myself to like a coffee or something, I use that card. So I'm currently putting $200 in there for 2 weeks, and I am being extremely frugal in spending that money. So I'm trying to live on a $100 a week budget every week, and I know that's a lot for some people, and I know that's nothing for others, but that's how much I'm doing right now for myself. And it's been a little hard, but I just, you know, I just can't like be running around and lifts that are $20 all the time, right? And that's okay. So those are some of the lifestyle changes I've made in order to achieve my goals. If you want to save money and you want to still eat good food, I would recommend apps like Ritual. They give you $5 off deals. If you refer people, you can have $1 meals. There's a lot of ways to, get free food and get cheap food out there, and so I would really just Google it. I hope to be debt-free in 2.5 years, 2 to 3 years. God willing, nothing happens. And I'm really excited for that, and I'm really ready to commit to that. So if you have student debt, I would really recommend looking at Dave Ramsey's approach. It's really awesome to be able to pay off a debt and you're like, yes, I don't have to pay that minimum due anymore every month, and I have that extra $100 to spend on something else. What I would recommend to you guys, based on my personal experiences, if you're starting from college, get paid internships. Don't get unpaid internships because you deserve to be paid for your labor, and use those paid internships to network. Meet as many people as possible, your colleagues, your bosses, your managers. They can all be connections for your future. I think every job I've got an offer for was through like a connection, either like an old manager, someone my professor introduced me to, one of Jake's employer's sister. Like, there's just all these weird connections and you have to use them. When you get that offer, negotiate your salary, check the benefits, see if it fits what you want your lifestyle to be, see if it's enough for you. But it's always okay to not like have the perfect job offer. We're growing. If it's not the perfect job at first, there will be eventually, and you can learn in any job. I would also recommend applying to a job that you are passionate about, that you love, that goes with your morals. For me personally, I work in issue policy, and I would never take a job with a firm or any place that goes against my morals. I just cannot do that. I would be so unhappy. But that's on you guys, and that's your decision. And so I would, just work for a place that would make you happy and proud of yourself at the end of the day. Following that, once you get your job, make a budget. Once you get your first paycheck, it's not gonna be as much as you think it is, because they're gonna take out taxes, they're gonna take out stuff for Medicare, whatever, and then use that figure to start your budget. I have a bi-weekly budget, and I've linked my budget down below for my first year. It's since changed. I got a pay raise, different things, lower rent, whatever, but I made a budget. And I think it's important that you make a budget. Budgeting really just helps you control your money, helps you see what you're doing, helps you make better decisions. So I would make a budget. But yeah, check out my template down below. Let me know if it's helpful to you. You can copy it, you can use it. I just want to be helpful to other people. Do your best to manage your schedule. Use calendars, use alarms, and stick to them. It just helps you maintain a better lifestyle. The last tip I have for you guys is set goals for yourself. Goals are so important. It gives you something to look forward to. It gives you something to work towards. And when you achieve those goals, it feels amazing. So some of my goals is to pay off all my debts in 2 to 3 years. I have a long way to go, but I know it's gonna feel amazing when I have all this disposable income and I can, do whatever I want. So that's one of my goals. My other goal is to, look at grad schools, get into grad school. I hope to increase my pay in the future years. I want to have more freedom to see my family. Just have more financial freedom to do that, and fly across the country when I want to. I want, there's just so many things I want. I want to build a life with Jake, and that's gonna take a while for both of us to achieve. But yeah, make goals, whether they can be small goals, just the week. Make a goal for the week, like wake up on time, clean my bedroom. We're all in different stages, and a year ago my goals looked like, go to work and make it through the 8 hours. That was my goal, because I was just in a different place. And you can look at yourself and realize that you're a strong person and that you've been through the things that you've been through, and they've taught you a lot. And you can use those experiences to build a better life for yourself. So that's my 2 cents. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm not a life guru. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what worked for me. And I hope that you gained a little bit of this. Feel free to comment below if you have better ideas than mine, which I'm sure you do. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and look forward to the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.